News 25 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Students across the valley start their first day back to school, and a spaghetti dinner fundraiser is being held to raise money for remote area medical. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Well, it's back to school for area students. Today is Monday, August 12th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. School buses, teachers, staff, parents, and kids were bustling this morning, excited for the first day back in class. Today was the first day of school for students attending the various learning facilities within the Nye County School District. While most parents drove their kids to school this morning, Nye County School District transportation buses picked up and dropped off students to various school locations. Trinity Assembly of God church members have recently adopted J.G. Johnson and decided to greet the students coming off the school bus and walking up to the front entrance of the school for their first day. They even had signs and balloons happily greeting children and their parents.
We're here to welcome the kids back to school, to make them feel happy and joyful for their first day of school, and we think it's important, and the reason why we're doing it is because a lot of our kids from our church, they come here, and we want them to feel important. We want them to know that they have, a place where they belong, and we want them to have a great school year. So that's why we're here, is to bring joy into their life and to give them a mindset of, oh, all right, we're back to school. We'll have a great time.
Pahrump Valley High School and the new principal, George Campnell, handled the first day differently than the past. Today, Campnell told News 25 that students were being sent to class, and if they had a mix-up in the schedule, as traditionally has happened, that they were immediately taken care of at the counseling office. In fact, Reva Braun, who helps around the school, had a desk set up in the hallway helping kids find their way. Robert Williams, who's the director of technology for the Nye County School District, who has recently been in charge of the new interactive web page, says that there has been a significant password compromise on their Google and IC student accounts because the passwords were based on student numbers. He apologizes for the mix-up and says that some students were using accounts that they were not assigned to, which caused problems for students and their summer assignments. The new interactive website, launched by the Nye County School District, features every school in their territory. You can go onto the Nye County School District's website or search for your individual school to find out things like days off, parent-teacher conferences, sporting events, registration, transportation, and even live streaming, as well as postings from faculty at each individual school. The Nye County School District was in full force this morning, pulling over drivers who were exceeding the speed limit in school zones. Students and drivers, please be careful out there when traveling through these areas and around bus stops. We hope everyone had a wonderful first day back to school. Well, detectives spent hours Friday night investigating the cause of a stabbing that occurred on Flamingo Road. One person was transported to Desert View Hospital after declining to be transported by air to a Las Vegas trauma center with stab wounds, with at least one stab wound to the chest. The stabbing reportedly occurred on Friday night on Flamingo Road here in Pahrump as a result of some type of altercation at a residence. Nye County Sheriff's deputies conducted a felony stop on a vehicle near Highway 372 and 160. It's unclear at this time if they conducted an arrest on a suspect at that location. News 25 has attempted to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office with no response by news time. The condition of the patient is unknown. Well, Valley Electric Association has contracted the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association to facilitate a search for the new Chief Executive Officer of the cooperative. Richard Peck, who is serving right now as the interim CEO, will remain in place until a new executive is secured for that position. VEA says hiring a new CEO is the most important decision that a board will make, and they would like to assure the community, employees, and membership that they are doing everything in their power to identify not only the best technically capable individual, but the best person to lead the co-op and represent VEA in the community and industry. News 25 will return right after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Cardiology, located at 1397 South Loop Road in Pahrump, Nevada. Call 775-210-8333 for an appointment. Dr. Tali Eric, proudly serving Pahrump since 2005.
Well, welcome back. Hundreds of applicants attended Friday's job fair. Nye Communities Coalition held their quarterly job fair on Friday at their location, 1020 East Wilson. Dozens of employers hiring right now or hiring in the near future attended the event, with hundreds of qualified applicants finding out about available jobs in and around our area. Employers range from everything from the Amargosa Dairy to Front Site to manufacturing and even KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Job Connect, which is located at Nye Communities Coalition, helps applicants get jobs in and around our area. Job seekers can find out more by contacting them at 775-727-9970 or stopping by their location on the corner of West and Wilson Street. They can even get help with resumes, how to conduct interviews, finding jobs over the internet, and even appropriate apparel. Employers who would like to participate in the next upcoming job fair can give Job Connect a phone call at Nye Communities Coalition as well. You can even check them out on Facebook and on the web. Well, Angela is standing by with today's financial news.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, major retailers report earnings this week, including Macy's, Nordstrom, and Kohl's. Traders, investors, and analysts are anxious to hear what the CEOs will have to say about the Christmas shopping season and the effect of tariffs on consumers. In a note to CNBC, one analyst warns this holiday season could be sobering for America's department store chains. Retailers are bracing for 10% tariffs on products. Those higher prices more than likely will be passed on to consumers. Liquidation sales begin this week at 26 Sears and Kmart stores. The select stores are slated to close in October. And across the pond, it's official. The UK economy is shrinking for the first time in almost 7 years. GDP contracted 0.2% last quarter. Fears are rising. Brexit could send the UK into recession.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Well, thanks, Angela. Well, Great Basin College is having an open house. This is exciting for its new machining and manufacturing lab. The event is open to the public from 5 to 8 p.m. this Thursday, August 15th. They're located at 551 East Calvada Boulevard, right here in Pahrump, right next to the high school. Well, Nye County Sheriff's Office say that they arrested 2 individuals who they say were harassing them during a traffic stop, and one was tased. 2 pedestrians have been arrested by Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies. The first one, Marquis Hunt. The second one, Christian Gardner Figueroa. According to the declaration of arrest, in mid-July, the 2 individuals were in the area of Red Butte and Comstock Street. Deputies say that they were on a traffic stop with individuals inside a pickup truck when they were approached by an individual who was walking on the wrong side of the roadway. That person attempted to make contact with the individuals inside the truck that deputies were speaking with. Deputies asked the subject to get out of the roadway so that they can complete their traffic stop. The individual, who said that his name was David John Figura, out of North Dakota, would not comply with police, according to the report. At that time, they say a second subject by the name of Marquis Hunt approached police and also attempted to make contact with the individuals inside the vehicle. Police say that both subjects were verbally confrontational, and police advised them that they were detained for pedestrians being on the wrong side of the highway. Marquis Hunt was then released after his identity was verified, and he was advised to leave the area. They say that Hunt left the immediate area but still attempted to make contact with the occupants inside the vehicle. They say that David Figura was also detained in handcuffs, but they could not determine who he actually was. At one point, he physically pulled away and began to sprint from police. Officers took up a foot pursuit and were able to catch him. At this time, they say a physical altercation ensued between the suspect and police, in which he was able to break free again and run away. Police caught up with him once again, and that's when they were wrestling with him on the ground, and he was allegedly resisting. They say that they gave multiple verbal commands for the person to stop running and stop resisting, in which they say he did not comply. Officers say at that time they gave commands that they were going to tase him if he did not stop fighting. The individual was then tased approximately 4 times. Officers say that Marquis Hunt then came back to the scene, in which police say that they gave verbal commands for him to stay away. David was restrained and taken into custody. Police learned that his identity was actually Christian Gardner Figueroa, and that he had a state of Nevada warrant issued out of the Prompt Justice Court for contempt of court. Marquis Hunt was taken into custody and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Gardner was transported to Desert View Hospital, where he was medically cleared prior to being transported and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. More news on the other side of this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Well, the second approved marijuana dispensary for Pahrump was on the agenda at last Tuesday's Board of County Commissioner meeting. The location right off Homestead Road is near a neighborhood. A conditional use permit was up for approval.
At the most recent Board of County Commissioners meeting, discussion was had regarding a special use permit to allow a marijuana establishment, more specifically a dispensary, located at 2370 and 2380 Homestead Road. Commissioner Koenig begins the meeting speaking about a temporary restraining order that was put out against the applicant's company. Koenig states that the TRO allows them to do everything that they were originally going to do, except unlocking the front door and opening for business. Commissioner Wickman makes a motion to approve. Commissioner Blundo makes a comment.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Commissioner Blundo.
Yeah. So I was reading through the backup here, and there are some things that really stuck out, and I just want to. I seconded for discussion. I was prepared to make a motion, but my motion was going to be a little bit different. The conditions of approval, I don't know if we just copy and pasted off of what's been done in the past or what we did here, but there's a lot of things that don't apply, and the code has been changed. And since I just want clarification that those things are not going to affect them. For example, item 16, special use permit grantee shall submit a water impact plan. We removed that from the code at the request of the Water Governing District Board and through us. So there's a lot of things that I don't know need to be cleaned up, clarified, changed in here because it's redundant. It's like we just went through copy and pasted, and that doesn't add up.
Commissioner Wickman says that the initial water use plan was not removed, but the annual reporting was. Commissioner Wickman asked the applicant if they were confused at all about the special conditions of approval, and they spoke saying yes, that the water impact survey felt redundant, but they had no problem completing it if it needs to be done. Commissioner Koenig asked if they had any problems with the waste disposal plan to which they responded no. Commissioner Strickland and Commissioner Koenig have some things to add.
And of course, that's subject to the conditions of the approval, I'm sure.
Right.
Within the body of your application, I have one item under the heading of Nevada Organic Remedies. Within the body of the last paragraph, it states the proposed dispensary will be within an existing enclosed building. I'm sure you want to change that.
Yes, that's since been updated. We have a new development, and I can amend that.
And while we're on that page, it also says you're more than 300 feet from any existing residential dwelling unit. There's one right next to you and one right behind you, so that should get changed also.
Will do.
The chairman calls for the vote.
Is there any further discussion?
No, Mr. Chairman, my second stands. I just needed to bring to light those concerns.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Unanimous.
And Ryan Muccio invites you to purchase tickets now for the Ram Spaghetti Dinner fundraiser.
So we're very excited to host our second annual Spaghetti Dinner fundraiser to benefit RAM Remote Area Medical. It'll be held August 23rd here at the Nye Communities Coalition in the multi-purpose room. Tickets are only $5, so very affordable. Bring your family out, cheaper than going to any restaurant or even cooking at home sometimes. So we'll have spaghetti, salad, garlic bread, dessert, drinks, and we're also going to have a dessert and gift basket auction as well. So Remote Area Medical is an annual event here in Pahrump held every October, the first weekend in October. Provides free medical, dental, vision, and mental health care for the residents of Pahrump and anywhere really. And so we're raising funds to help put that on. We serve about 500 patients throughout the weekend with about $250,000 in care. So it takes quite a bit of resources to host the event. The money raised from this will go to feed the volunteers, house some volunteers and doctors that come in from out of the area, and various other things. Particularly dentists and eye doctors, ophthalmologists and optometrists, opticians. We're doing pretty well on the medical side with doctors and nurse practitioners and nursing. But if you know your dentist, bug them to come to RAM, tell them it's at the Nye Communities Coalition. Next time you're in the dental chair, next time you're at the eye doctor, tell them about RAM and ask them to please volunteer. It's important for this community.
How can they volunteer?
So they can go to ramusa.org/volunteer. Again, that's www.ramusa.org/volunteer. They can just click on there and register online. Or they can call the Nye Communities Coalition, 775-727-9970.
How do we get our tickets for the spaghetti dinner?
You can also go to the coalition. You can contact me, 702-672-6559. But the best bet's probably stop by the coalition right there behind Walmart. They have the tickets there. Quality Signs is selling tickets. Alicia Lewis at RCMS is selling tickets. Becky Holiday at P3 Medical. So yes, lots of places. Quality Signs is a good central location to go pick them up as well. We're selling 200 tickets, so after that we don't have enough spaghetti, but and we'll also have a little bit of spaghetti squash for people who can't eat carbs. So August 23rd, Nye Communities Coalition, and it's drop-in from 5:30 to 7:30. It'll be in the multi-purpose room at the Nye Communities Coalition, and it's only $5.
And for the auction items for desserts and stuff, are you looking for items?
We are, yeah. You can contact me, Ryan, 702-672-6559, or also contact the coalition or drop off any items there. We're taking desserts, gift cards, gift certificates, baskets, any item you think anybody would want to raffle or auction off.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, the National Weather Service says that we are on a heat watch this week. Let's take a look outside on that weather cam. We'll find out more about our forecast right after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real. And by Pahrump Rental and Do It Best Hardware. Your friendly small town hardware store. Shop small, shop local.
Okay, well, we're going to look at our surrounding areas right now. Today in Las Vegas, 103, low 77. Tonight, Death Valley, 112, 82. Amargosa, 169 is your low tonight. Beatty, 95, 63. Goldfield, 88, 53. Tonopah, 85, 53. Carson City, 88, 53. Fallon, 90, 54. And Fernley's high today, 88, and low tonight, 57. Sunny skies here in Pahrump. The high today, 99. Winds out of the south-southwest at 12 miles per hour with sunrise 5:55 this morning. Tonight, clear skies with your low of 73. Winds out of the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour. Humidity 15%. Sunset 7:37. And your 7-day forecast shows clear skies across the board, starting out at 103 tomorrow and going up Wednesday and Thursday to 106. Friday coming down to 103 once again. And over the weekend, your highs in the high 90s, and then coming back to 100 on Monday with your overnight lows in the high 60s to low 70s. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanne O'Donnell. Good night.